Hi, hello. If you're watching today's video, it's for one of two reasons. Either you're thoroughly confused on the two tenses in the past for Spanish, or you're being held against your will in class and watching this video. For either case, enjoy the next 5 or so minutes that will hopefully enrich your Spanish learning life. Firstly, the preterite can be defined as denoting something in the past that has been completed, while the imperfect, on the other hand, describes something in the past that is ongoing or is in progress. Now that you know these two definitions that seem fairly useless, let's put some reason and example into those definitions. Upon discovering that many people have problems with the past tense, the real suspect of it all is the preterite tense. Now, people think that it's so hard, but it really isn't as hard as you think. People just get afraid of it because there are so many irregular verbs for it. But I know you guys are experts in that, so let's skip all of that and get into the nitty-gritty. The description on how to determine the preterite is when the act of a sentence is A, in the past, obviously, and B is completed action with a defined beginning and ending. Pardon me. Sounds easy, I know, and you thought it was scary. But literally, that's it. Let's look at an example to solidify your understanding, shall we? Okay. Ayer, Elena y tú fueron al centro comercial. ¿Qué compraron allí? Do you see how that sentence was talking about something that's been completed? That's how you can see what's needed for the preterite. Another thing that was a dead giveaway for the use of the preterite was the use of ayer. This tells that the preterite should be used because yesterday is a word that defines an area of time. You understand? Okay. Alright, great. Let's move on to the seemingly easier imperfect tense. Many people believe that this tense is a lot easier due to the fact that there are less irregular verbs, and these irregular verbs make somewhat sense. But in retrospect, it's not as easy as you think because there are a lot more reasons to use the imperfect tense. Obviously, it's used to denote past actions, but these past actions aren't completed. A somewhat easy way to remember it, said somewhat, hold on here, is with the acronym WATERLOAD. This acronym stands for weather, attitude, time, emotion, repeated action, location, ongoing action, age, and description. Now that you've all heard nothing but me spewing rules, let's go on to an example, shall we? Let's see if you can figure out why the imperfect was used here in this sentence. En ese día, el tiempo era muy frío. Right, you did it. Aren't you special? Yes, in this sentence, as I said, the imperfect was used. If you didn't see that, rewind the video. But why was it used? It was due to the fact that the sentence was describing the weather on a particular day. And while the particular day may be a finished action, the description is part of the acronym on WATERLOAD. Makes so much sense. Alright, let's move on to another sentence that may be a little bit more tricky. Ayer, mi amigo y yo fuimos a la playa. Fuimos porque el tiempo era muy bueno. Ooh. Did you see what happened there? Both the preterite and the imperfect were used. But if you caught on, which wasn't hard, you'd see that the preterite was used primarily. The telltale sign of the preterite, as discussed earlier, was the use of the verb, not the verb, excuse me, I meant the noun. Right? Describing word? Who knows? I don't care. This is Spanish, not English. Alright. Yesterday. Yes. That word denotes the preterite. But at the same time, I use the imperfect. Why did I do that? You don't know? Rewind the video a bit. but I use it because I'm describing the weather on the particular day, just like in the sentence before it. Okay, so after that long spiel, now you may be wondering, since we've talked about it twice, what kind of words will make a sentence targeted for the preterite or imperfect? Well, words like ayer, anteayer, el año pasado, and so on and so forth will make a sentence preterite. This is due to the fact that because all of these words, denote a time frame that has a beginning and an ending. And then other words, like frecuentemente, a veces, and a menudo, will signify that the imperfect will need to be used. Well, that's about all the information that I can give you on this topic. If you really haven't caught up with any of this, you should probably go see a professional. Or senor. Because he can help you. That's what he's there for. So I hope you enjoyed the education that graced your faces and brains. And if you didn't, well, you don't really value education and knowledge now, do you? Cheer up. Don't be a little grouch, okay? Either way, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye!